You ready? Okay. Yo, we're back with another episode of the Ray Neon podcast. You know what I mean? We are blessed with a wonderful guest. It is Gram Gandhi, very own local artist, rapper, musician. Amazing. Whatever you want to say, just check out her stuff and see for yourself. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're gonna get into it. We got to hear from Gram. Hi.
Hello. Well, first off, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it because I've been wanting to get back and do some more interviews lately.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. Thank you for doing this. Cause I see you on social media, and I'm sure anybody else who probably is a fan of you, you want to kind of get deeper into what's going on behind, or how you even make the things you make, and
Exactly.
it's great. You're making cool stuff. You're a good MC. You know what I mean? Yeah. So speaking of which, Gram Gandhi. All right, let's start with the name because we were talking about that before. We even got into this. So what's the origin of the name?
So the name actually, I wish it had a really awesome story to it.
That's all good.
It's interesting, but I don't know if it's really an awesome story. But okay,
Yeah.
so I guess it happened because I had linked up with a friend from high school after not seeing him for 4 years because he went off to college, I went off to college, and he was actually doing a college all over the world. So it was we was not linking up. No way. He was in Costa Rica, India, all these crazy places. So we linked back up, and he was like, "Yo, you're smoking now?" He was like, "What the fuck is this?" He was like, "You on your meditation shit?"
Ooh.
He was like, "Oh no." He was like, "What are you, fucking Gram Gandhi?"
Oh.
And I was like, I needed a new Instagram name at the time, so I was like, "Oh, you know what?
Light bulb.
I'm gonna use that." Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
I like that.
Damn, that's organic.
Yeah, and then I changed my Instagram name to Gram Gandhi, and it was kind of just funny because it kind of just stuck. People was calling me Graham or Gandhi or Gigi or all these fucking names in real life. And it was funny because my old Instagram name was kind of just a handle. It wasn't a persona.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, that's how Graham came about.
It was person 12 or something like that. Nah, that's sick. So it really was it just came, and then you were like, I'm marketing this.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wish I could be yeah, I thought about it so hard, and I had the inspiration from here. No, my friend kind of just gave me the name, but it fit, if that made sense.
No, I actually love that story because it's I kind of would prefer that than me coming out with it myself, but it kind of just came to you, and you knew, which is tight. Okay, sick. No, because I've actually wondered about that.
Yeah.
So now we know, y'all.
Yes, that's where Gram Gandhi came from.
Sick. Okay. So rapping, but just music in general. You play any instruments? Piano, right?
Yes.
I've seen that. Do you play anything else?
So not really to the point of where I could say I really play. But
you dabbling.
Yeah,
things?
I learned the clarinet when I was in middle school.
Ooh.
In band.
Right.
And I was fake learning the guitar for a while.
Fake learning?
Yeah, I know how to play a couple things, but I really don't.
Right.
I don't play anymore. But if I pulled up tabs, I could definitely sit and play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the tab culture. I definitely was tab culture. Yeah. Nah, I feel you.
Exactly. It was fun.
Hell yeah. So but piano probably is if you were you're pretty comfortable with that. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah, I've been playing the piano since low key the 4th grade, I think.
Oh wow.
I started because that's when we was in band and or not band. I'm sorry. We had a music music class
Just music
in
class.
the 4th grade, which was pretty cool. But we were learning how to play like the recorder.
Oh yeah, the classic. Yeah.
Yeah, but our teacher had the piano, so she was playing on the piano, and I was like, nah, I want to play that shit.
You like
I
through
wanna
the
play
recorder.
this shit.
True.
Yeah, I went home. I was like, Mom, I don't like this. She had a piano thing, and I want that.
Fucking BS flute, like those things. Recorder sucks.
Yeah, my mom was totally about that. She was like, "Oh, you want to play the piano?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "All right, yeah, we doing
Sick.
that." So.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
and that was fourth grade, and then she just kind of just like messed with it for like overtime or like.
No, she like put me in
Oh,
lessons.
she like really like
yeah,
got you.
like yeah,
Word.
she had me in lessons. I was in lessons until maybe about like the 11th grade.
Oh wow.
Or maybe.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty sure I finished all of high school with lessons.
Damn.
Yeah, but I might have like stopped going as much. I never really practiced.
Oh,
But
yeah.
sorry, my
No, you good.
my whatchamacallit,
Which college?
piano teacher. His name was Chris. He's lit. Best piano
Word.
teacher ever.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris. But yeah, he would always tell me, he'd be like, "You'd be so much fucking better if you practice." Like, what's wrong with you?
That's funny. That means you probably was like still good. It's like, yeah, what the? It's like you're not even practicing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
he was mad at me.
Sick.
And he always wanted me to learn how to play jazz.
Word.
And at the time, I was just like, I wanted to play like the pop songs that were like, on the radio and like all the songs that I liked and I listened to. And I don't know.
You weren't interested.
I wish I would have been. Ah, damn.
I know it's crazy in retrospect.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, I probably should have. But like,
Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, you get good playing what you want to play too. Like, it's a motivator.
Mm-hmm.
So like with rapping or like, yeah, let's get with the rapping. So it's like, what sparked your interest in it? Like, what would like, even before you like decided to like feel like I want to be a rapper, what was the seed that was there? Like, was it like any specific artist? Like, it could be anything. Like, you know what I mean?
So again, this is like
Too
kind
broad?
of not even. It's just kind of like,
I can narrow it
I don't know.
down.
I like more so wish that I had a story that was like, yeah, like I knew the whole time that I wanted to be a rapper.
Right.
But I didn't really write much of anything like verbally until like after high school. Like
Word.
I kind of was more so like into the piano and stuff like that before then. And then when I got into college, just after I went through like this one breakup, one of my friends was kind of like, you don't write any poetry, like you don't like you make music, like I don't understand why you don't actually like write anything.
Right.
Like that doesn't make sense. He was like, you should at least be able to do poetry. And I'm like, So I went home and I tried to do poetry.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I need a beat. And then the words came out and I was like, oh yeah.
It was something that just kind of just okay. So it just happened. You just were just like, oh, I'm rapping.
Kind of, yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna do poetry. I don't want to do this. I need a beat. Oh wait, is this? Oh wait, I'm rapping.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is rapping.
So you really just be like stumbling, not even stumbling, just gracefully, just like discovering things.
Essentially, yeah.
So
yeah.
it is mystical. When I hear Gram Gandhi, it feels kind of mystical. So you're living up to the name. Like, it's like the name came in your life and then.
Well, that's good. That makes me feel good. Because I'm like, that name's kind of random, but maybe it's not.
It's perspective, you know? Like, it's like, I don't know. It definitely gives off good vibes. So that's like, so I mean, obviously it was just like an expression thing, but like, you never really like before that thought about rapping, and then you're like, did you freestyle, like anything like that?
I was too shy.
Word up. Word.
Like, I definitely always thought that like performing would be awesome.
Okay. Interesting.
Like,
but you were shy, but you were like,
yeah, like I definitely loved music.
Right.
Like all types of music. Like I just loved live shows, live music, like all of that. Concerts, like yeah. So it was always cool, like to do or to go to those things and be like, dang, like I wish I could do that. Like, that was always a thought in my head, like, dang, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I want to be a rapper. I'm out here freestyling in the hallways. Like, because my friends was in the hallways in high school freestyling. It was like, I'm not hopping in that shit. Like, they gonna laugh at me. Like, first off, it was really no girls rapping anyway.
Right.
To be honest, in my high school. But no.
Where did you go in high school? Just side note.
Pocono Mountain East.
Okay, yeah. You did mention that earlier. Pocono Mountain East.
Yes.
Where? In the Poconos, I'm guessing.
Yes. It was a very interesting experience. Just the Poconos in general.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was like, I'm getting out of here.
Did it feel like isolated yeah?
Yeah, it definitely didn't feel like not that at the time that I moved I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know I wanted to be a musician, but like there was definitely like no real creative circles that I knew of out there.
Opportunities,
like,
things like that. If you wanted to try something, yeah. True.
I think that's why I stumbled into it so much, is because when I came out here, like, and I started getting into music, and then I just started meeting other artists, like so many artists, so many photographers, videographers, and all of that. Like,
yeah,
and I was just like, you know what, like, yeah, like I stumbled onto like this whole different world, and I was like, yeah, and then, my bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
As I started like writing, I like started showing people like more and more, you know, like little bit by little bit, and these people were artists themselves, you know, so like I kind of like definitely respected their opinion, and they were like, "You're not bad, like you're actually not bad. Like, what do you want to do with this?" And I had to be like, what do I want to do with this?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know.
Because you were just doing it. Yeah. So like, okay, so that moment where you were just writing poetry, and you decided to put it on a beat. So then from then on, were you just like, oh, this is something I want to just keep doing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like at that time, like I said, I was just doing it for expression, but it was literally so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, so I just kept, like, that was all I was doing. Like,
you just genuinely like loved it. Like,
yeah.
So it was like was it like a release or like some like expression? Like you felt like it was a lane of like expressing whatever experience or like emotion.
Yeah, 'cause like, sorry, at the time I was saying, at the time I was going through a breakup,
and
that's when my friend had asked me like, why don't you write? Because they could tell that I was like,
you needed something.
Yeah, I was like thinking a lot, or like there was just a lot on my mind, and they were like, why don't you write? So I was literally like I said, like I played the piano and stuff like that, but like I would play other people's stuff.
Right.
Like I wouldn't express like my own stuff like ever, I feel like. So then when it came to like writing, like that was the first time I was like, oh, like this is interesting, because I was expressing things I didn't really understand, like know that consciously, like I was experiencing. I guess it was like more subconscious expression.
Right.
So like it was really interesting.
So that would like kind of was part of like what hooked you a little bit. It was like the experience was just like, what is this? Like, that's sick. Yeah, it's funny because you don't know until you do it, and then when you're doing it, it is like a completely like new world of like, oh, what is happening?
Exactly.
That's sick. Okay, so like, we'll bounce back and forth, but like you mentioned, like just you loved music growing up. So like, what was some of like the earliest like artists or music that like was either played around you or like you latched onto?
That's I hate this question.
I know.
Because I hate to be like, oh, not that my music taste is like so diverse, but like literally,
please.
Everyone in my family listened to like different things. Like my mom was listening to like pop and like house music that was on the radio. My dad was listening to like classic rock. My sister was into all the hip hop because she like worked like in that industry at the time. So like she had like access. Like I remember the first CD she gave me was like, she would just get CDs. Like I don't know what she was reviewing them or whatever she was doing at the time. She had them, But yeah, she had all the CDs. So she had like the Missy Elliott CD. And she gave me Under Construction, and I remember that was like literally the first CD that she ever gave. Well, she technically gave it to my mom, but I like took it over and like would play it all the time. And then like my sister was really into techno, my other sister. So like it was literally like all this music. But that's why individual artists for me to name are like kind of hard.
It's all over the
like,
place.
Yeah.
Is there any that like have like stood the test of time, like where it's like somebody that you find yourself going back to at least, or is it kind of like situational where it's like you probably visit a lot of those artists from all those different genres just at different times, like, or but is there anybody specific maybe?
Yeah. As far as like specific artists, I would say maybe Missy, Wayne, and Drake are like kind of
they circle
you artists. Yeah, because like Missy, like I said, that was like the first like CD kind of that I ever like was like looking at.
Yeah.
So like looking at the album artwork, like, you know, just being able to play it back and forth and like learning. I literally knew all the lyrics.
Damn.
At like I don't know what age did it come out, like 2002?
Yeah.
What?
Which
Under Construction?
First Missy record? When
That wasn't the first.
No, it wasn't first. You said 2002 though. 2002.
November 12th, 2002. I'm good.
She know, yeah. So yeah, this is I don't know any questions because it was like the question in itself is something that sticks, and this is something that definitely stuck. It's like, hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, so Missy is like, would you say Missy is a influence? For sure.
That was the first female rapper that I ever heard.
Word up.
Like, yeah. And I was just listening to like kind of the beats that she was on top of, like. I think she had like a feature with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and it was just like kind of like the R&B with it too that I really liked. I don't know, I just like the whole vibe. I was yeah, this is really like it. Always that album always stuck with me for sure.
And then same thing with you said Drake and.
Oh yeah, I love Drake.
Yeah, yeah, Drake is sick.
I love Drake.
Yeah, and who was?
Drake and Wayne.
You said Wayne, yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's a good like trio of like artists. Yeah, that's power right there. That's sick.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I kind of like be like Drake, because I know like I don't know.
I mean, out of
it's Drake.
All of them, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's Drake. Yeah, it's Drake.
It's Drake.
It's Drake. Like, he's sick. Like all of them have like something special. That, and I mean, who knows what you're even like taking from it, you know what I mean? Or like, even if you even know, like, type of thing, like, but that's an awesome like power like trio of influences you have, like, for sure. Like, I mean, we can go on with their skills, but sheesh. Okay, so I guess coming back to like writing, so. When were you like, I want to record, or like I want to go for this, like, because you've been writing, right?
Yeah.
And you'd kind of just been like with friends, and like they're like, hey, this is good, and you're like, all right, and then I just like doing this. So.
Yeah. So I was hanging out with like, literally. My friend Jake, who's an engineer at the time. I didn't know Bear, but like we were just all hanging out, and he would literally record like my friends who were rappers at the time, and we would always be like chilling. So he was like, why don't you get on the mic? Like, he's like, you're literally always here in the studio, because I was working on like at the time, like I had, I think, a radio station and a blog, so I was like, you know, kind of like working with them to like help, like, you know, like. I even did graphics and all this like random stuff, so I was like working with them. But he was like, you know, you're an artist, so he was like, get on the mic.
Right.
And I loved them, but they were just kind of like expecting me to be like able to just do it.
Yeah.
Because like everyone else did it, and I was around so much, so they were like, why don't you just know what to do? Like, come on, like, stop being so shy, like, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And at the time, literally, I just wasn't there.
Yeah. No.
So then, like, more of my friends who were artists would, like, push me to, like, more so than, like, record, like, learn how to, like, just rap in front of people because I wasn't even good at that.
Right.
Like I was literally just good at doing it in the car by myself, and like if I like recorded it, I could show someone, and they'd be like, "Yo, this is fire! Like, show me," and I'd be like, "Oh, what?"
It would just be
Okay.
off. You're like,
Yeah.
True.
So I met Bear
Mm-hmm.
in 2016
Yeah.
at like a media day event, and at the time like I was like working on a video project because like I said I was doing all of that behind the scenes stuff, and he literally was like, "Oh, I need a videographer to work on one of my artists," and I was like, "Cool." I went to the studio, was like working, and then he was like, "What else do you do besides like videography?" And I was like standing in the studio, and I'm like, I should probably say that I rap.
Right.
Like in my head, I said that. I was like, yeah, I rap. And he was like, I don't want to hear that. I was like, nah, like I really rap. And he was like, all right, like spit something. And I was like, fuck.
Right.
So then I did it, and he was like, oh, like that's pretty good.
That's cool.
You know me. Oh, shit, that's the first.
Yeah.
He was like, oh shit, like he just did not expect that at all, and like
You just went. Was that the first time you ever like just went for it, like in front of people, in front of a person?
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, like I know Bear at the time, like I didn't know him well, but like I knew that he was serious about what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I knew that, I don't know, it was a comfortable opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like it was just the right time, so I was like, yeah, like I rap.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Did you feel not challenged, but it was just like, it was just like, I can do this. Like it was like a question was asked and you like felt like you could answer it in that like moment type of thing. Like,
again, yeah, like another one of those moments, because it was like kind of like, I guess everyone around me was kind of like, are you going to do this or are you not going to do it? And it was kind of like a test, because it was like, if I, you know, like, not that, unfortunately, like, obviously I care about Bear's opinion, but if he had told me no, I probably would have continued to do it because
that's
I wasn't
awesome.
going to give up. But, like, you know, like, it was just like a test. Like, I should probably start
like
doing
just go
this,
for it. Yeah.
Like, and because if I don't, like, it's not going to happen. Like, so let's see what happens. Like, people telling me to be serious about it. Let me see what happens if I be serious about it real quick. And yeah, it worked
honestly,
out.
that was super brave, because like Bear, like it was just kind of, he was just real with it. It was like, well, let me. It wasn't even like let me hear it, but it was just like, okay, if you do, like, where's it at? And you were like, here it is. Like it was like, and that's sick. So
That was probably it. And then I realized he was a Virgo, and he was like, oh, you're a Virgo?
word.
I'm a Virgo. So he was like, I don't know. I don't know if it was like, that's why I felt comfortable. Not because he was a Virgo on my astrology shit, but.
I mean, it's energies.
Like, yeah,
so
like,
maybe it was just the understanding of like a familiar energy where it was just like, it just spoke what could get to you.
He was
you know what I
being
mean?
serious. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be serious.
Right,
Like, yeah,
right.
like we're doing this shit.
That's sick. That again, that's like really brave, because you could have easily just not did it. Like it wasn't really like playful. It really was like, I mean, it wasn't like aggressive, but
No,
it was
yeah,
like,
no, but it was like, yeah.
like it was. It wasn't like he wasn't playing around. Like, it was just like
He
you
was
could.
like, yeah, what else could you do? Like,
It was
we here
mutual
working on videos, like,
respect.
you know, like I could see that, like, obviously he was interested in working.
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just period. Yeah. No, so from that, like, even right after you finished rapping to him, like, do you know how you felt, or like?
I was scared, definitely.
You were terrified.
I was like,
way.
I was a little shook, like, not like terrified, but yeah, like it was.
You didn't
know.
It
was a challenge to me. I didn't know what the fuck he was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, fuck with it," and I was like, "Oh my god, thank God!" Like,
right.
So I'm not tripping. Like,
right.
Okay, like this is actually
a
decent.
Thing.
Like, yeah, like.
Word. So then from there, like, because I guess it's like a moment where you weren't necessarily like you just did it. You weren't really expecting anything, but it was just like, oh, it's good. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, so from there, like, what decisions do you make then? Do you like, are you like, I kind of want to try recording now?
Yeah,
or?
no. He was like, yeah, you should get in the studio. Like,
Word, okay.
yeah,
So
and
it
I
just
was like,
migrated.
okay, like,
Yeah.
kind of like set an expectation of like, you know, like you should be writing this much a day. You should be doing this. You know, like if you really want to take this seriously. And I was like, okay, like, you know, and I always like try to have something written like before getting in the studio. Like I don't really come to the studio and just like freestyle, but like, you know, like I was really like at that time, like I was really writing.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Do you feel like you're more comfortable, or like can you do both with like freestyle and writing, or is it a mood thing, or?
It's a mood thing. Yeah, like if I'm so it's weird because all of my more recent stuff you could essentially say is a freestyle.
Okay.
Because like I started out like writing with the poetry and stuff like that, and then as I got more comfortable, like I started like writing while I was driving.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't like I could really write stuff down.
Right. You were kind of forced to just speak it and just vibe with it.
Yeah, and if it like, I would always like get mad sometimes, but then I would joke around and be like, okay, like if it doesn't stick, that means it wasn't good enough.
Perspective,
yeah,
folks.
so it's like kind of just like freestyling in a sense at that point. But it's like, can I get in front of people and be like, yeah, I'm about to freestyle right now? Like, probably not. Probably not my strongest point, but like, yeah.
But it's definitely a writing tool. Sick. Okay. So, what was the first song from that moment after like that magical, also Gram Gandhi, very Gram Gandhi, yeah, like of like recognition, or at least like discovery. So it was like, what was the song like?
Do you remember the first song?
What's that?
That we recorded?
Ooh, wow. No, I do not. That song we recorded?
Yeah.
No. Like, oh.
Yeah. So some of my older stuff was definitely like more angry and
okay.
emotional.
So the vibe was different. Word up. Okay. So it was more aggressive. So you were writing. Was this like more like relationship stuff, or like yeah?
Sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
2016.
Gotta get it out though, yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh. So like when did it start shifting, you felt like?
Probably when I started like writing in the car.
So right around the
became more
freestyle.
vibey, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where like what was more the topics in that? Was it shifting more away from relationships more into just like fun stuff, or like?
I think it was literally like the cadence and the flow more so. Like Bear was just saying, the cadence,
The delivery.
like yeah, when it became more of like, cause like when I would write, like it was still good and it was still on beat.
Yeah.
But it was like wordy.
Right.
And I feel like probably when I started like feeling it more and like writing like with freestyles, like so many words were eliminated. So then like, I don't know, it just became.
You just have to get your point across. Word. But like in a fun way, like on beat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was always on beat. We're not gonna
Always
do that.
on, yeah, it was always. Hey,
we're not gonna do that.
Everybody.
No.
It was always on beat. Yeah.
Like she's
That-
a new age big girl.
That's not the question. Is if it was on beat. It was always on beat. That's not what we're saying. We're just talking about the content of it. Like it was just and how it was done. How it was
Always
done,
on.
but always on beat. Done differently, but on beat. But yeah. It's like- no, yeah, so I guess sheesh. It's because I'm an artist and I know these questions, but it's like they can be answered. But this question is like, what do you have planned right now? And it's like I know you don't want to probably give away too much, but I know you probably got a little bit of what you want to talk about. What's cooking? What's cooking, Gandhi? What's up?
Album is definitely cooking. With the album, I kind of, although I was saying like, I don't know if I gave like the vibe.
Or,
Yeah, the vibe that I like don't really like some of my older stuff, but there are a couple like of couple songs from my older collection that I think that are valuable, I guess, to like understanding me as an artist. So like I kind of me and Bear sat down and like we redid them. So I want those to be on the album. And then I have a couple singles that I'm working on and a music video. And, like, you know, just regular stuff, but not regular. And I have my merch, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, not obviously, because we didn't show it to you guys.
Oh, yeah. No, we can definitely whip that out if you want. But but that's where your merch is kind of where you're focused at too, like creating new stuff. You got some stuff in the works for that, some new stuff?
Yeah, I want to build a brand more so, like, and definitely dive into, like I was saying, like the lighters again. Because definitely a part of the name, like the gram is definitely for weed. Like,
in case people were wondering.
Gram Gandhi, like, not Instagram.
No.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I want to, like.
You want to dive into that theme?
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The album, how are you picking the songs that are you putting in that collection? Is it like a thematic, or is it just a collection of favorite songs?
It's gonna have it's more thematic.
From the beginning to the end, it's gonna have like a theme.
Yeah, definitely. Even though it is I guess a collection of like older and newer things, like there is gonna be like a story to it. Like that's definitely why I wanted to include those older songs and kind of like have that as the introduction to the story. Yeah.
So you found like a spot for those, or like where they worked. Oh yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
Word up.
It's kind of just like right now, it's like, how am I gonna finish it?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's kind of like that. And how am I ending this story is kind of like where I'm at.
Word. So when did you figure out like, oh, like I'm doing an album now, or did you kind of just Gram Gandhi into that too as well?
The album, it was after like, okay, so I have 2 songs out. I have the 2 singles out. I have the 2 music videos out.
Yeah.
I have my EP. Well, I don't know if many people know that, but I do have an EP out on SoundCloud.
Throw it out there.
Yes. That was like the first thing that I dropped. And that is like more of that older vibe that I have on there.
Right.
But definitely like the classic, like Been Known is on there, so that's a classic. Everyone loves that one. But yeah, I kind of guess I just decided that I wanted to put out something more full length again. Like that was just really the next step.
Yeah. So the theme kind of was just started happening. You're just kind of just going with it. So a lot of stuff was just very organic with you. It was just for real. Yeah. little bit of planning here and there, of course. But.
Yeah, I should probably plan a little bit more.
Hey, if it's working for you,
yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, I've definitely learned a lot about Gram Gandhi. Like this is very cool. Yeah, like I think a lot of this information is super helpful for people. Like it's because you don't know if you're doing it right when you're like making art, or like you're just discovering these things, but there kind of is no like right. But like it's nice to it's just whatever works. Like I don't know. It's this stuff like this is very inspirational. I like really appreciate you like doing this.
Of course. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Like definitely. If I could like inspire people, that's mad lit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think so. Like, I'm definitely inspired talking to you. Like, just with the writing process stuff is like super interesting. Like, especially with like also like confidence and things like that. Like that stuff is like
exactly, yeah.
It's challenging, but when you do it, like you come out on the other side and you're just like
And like speaking of inspiration, now that you said that, like that, I guess that is really like a theme, I guess, for my music is that, or like me as a Gram Gandhi brand, like is really like confidence, because like I was saying, like I definitely used to be like shy.
Word.
So it's been a journey, and like that's like what I love about like the music that I make is like, I don't know, I really express like that journey of just like kind of finding confidence, and if that message gets to people, like that's lit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's like a main. So you feel like through your journey of creating songs, like if there's been like a just growth for yourself and like your confidence and things like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys. So like, check out Gram Gandhi. Plug everything and anything you want. Like,
So it's pretty much Gram Gandhi on all social media. So that's pretty easy. My website is gramgandhi.com.
Damn.
I have my Gram Gandhi merch.
Lay it out.
So yes, this is my merch.
Ooh.
I have the rolling trays, which actually say "Got Grams," but they do have the Gram Gandhi logo at the bottom. And
Liddy.
the ashtray as well also says "Got Grams" in it. So that's the theme. It's "Got Grams."
Oh wow.
And then we have the T-shirt, or actually crop top,
Ooh.
for the ladies.
Copy crop tops. That Gram Gandhi merch right there. Damn, dude. And then you got some stuff in the,
Well, let
in
me
the
not.
works too.
Sorry, I was thinking about that mad hard. Let me not even say that because everybody could wear a crop top. It's not just for the ladies.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
everybody
It's
could
true. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. No, yeah, okay, absolutely. Thank you so much. Like, I think that that last message really hit me, and I feel pretty good leaving off on that. That's fucking wonderful.
Hey.
Like, I definitely would love to have you again, you know, with an update, and like we
Yes.
can do another deep dive.
Definitely do that.
Thank you for watching, everybody. This is the Rainion Podcast. You know what I mean? We out here just trying to just get information from wonderful people. You know what I mean? And inspire. You know, keep that light going inside, or whatever you want to call it, man. Just that fire. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm at Ray.Neon. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gram Gandhi. Yo, oh my God, check her out. Check everything she's doing. She's spreading great things. You know what I mean? Cool music. Check it all out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody. Bye. All right. Oh my God. Thank you, Ash.